Okay, welcome back to the McDonald's Center for Game 2 on Saturday afternoon from Eagle River for a matchup between the Blue Devils from Eagle River against your Arctic Lions. Out come the Arctic Lions. Menard getting ready in goal there, as always. Lions lost this morning's game. It was a 3-2 game. The Lions fell behind 3-1 after the second period. 1-1 after one, 3-1 after two, and then I think the score ended up being 3-2. Goal came in from Roan. Rebound shot off of Kai's rebound goal after Kai's shot. And then the second goal came on a lone breakaway from Noble, coast to coast, cut through a few defenders, got in front of the goalie and slammed it in. There's Noble right there. Out come Eagle River. They look like they're ready to play. Fairbanks is guaranteed 4 games in this tournament. They'll have the Oilers tomorrow morning. Stay tuned for a post from for a live link for that. I believe we're playing same location here. Nice upload speed. So we'll send a link out tonight, I believe, for tomorrow's game. Friday night's game, Lions were a winner against the Thunder, 2-0. About 2 minutes left in the warm-up here. Talk to you about the McDonald's Center a little bit. McDonald's Center has an ice rink on one side, and on the opposite side of the middle section, locker rooms and stuff, there's a full-size soccer field, indoor soccer field over there. Really nice complex for the kids here in Eagle River. Friday night, the boys warmed up over on the soccer field. Nice soft turf in there. Puck's going in the net. Scoreboard just went dead. There's I don't know if you can see that across the way, but the clock, that's the current time, 12:37, but the play clock just went dead. Officials down, crossing their arms, trying to figure out what's going on here. Players still warming up. So this morning's game, I'd have to say, a little slow after the puck this morning. I think our players could attack the puck a little better. Defensively, there were some breakaways. Looks like our defense got caught flat-footed. Almost every defensive player at one point or another kind of maybe didn't pivot and turn soon enough. I'm not really sure, but boy, they sure could have beat up a little better, I think. And then offensively, opportunities, all kinds of opportunities. The goalies for the North Stars just happened to be a little on top of his game yesterday. Fairbanks breaks their huddle. Still trying to figure the clock out. Had clock problems the last time around too, early on in the game, and then everybody figured it out and settled in. So hopefully this gets ironed out and we can move on. Looks like to start the game off, Kais will probably be center. Corrigan right wing, Roan left. Looks like Jarvis and not sure. Jarvis and somebody out there. Short one guy. Noble, there he is. So Noble will be back on D. Still trying to get this clock figured out here. Sorry for the delay back home. It looks like a little bit of trouble with the clock here. He's number 11 on D. He'll come out second shift, looks like. All right, so this will be a fun matchup. These kids on both sides know each other a little bit, play in the off season together. I don't know if you follow 07 hockey in the state of Alaska, but Iojack back deep for the Blue Devils, and Hoyt, along with I guess that's about it on the starting lineup there. Played on a all-state team. And here we go. Got a puck drop ready to go. Goes back to the defense. That's Iojack for the Blue Devils. Passed up to Hoyt. Hoyt loses it. Noble taps it ahead. Roan battling for it. Puck goes back to Iojack. Iojack. Cross-ice pass over to his outlet, but then went by. That's a... Roan gets it swiped away by Welch. Welch moving in on a backhand. Shoots on Menard. Menard sends it back to the boards. That's first shot on goal. Menard handles early on, about 30 seconds into the game. That's Jarvis getting it poked away, and Noble knocks that when it goes down in the corner. Battle for it down in the corner. And then it comes up the board. Chenard racing towards it. Raked out of the zone. Chenard stays with it. That's Merrick. Backhanded it up to Newton. Newton at the red line and wiped away by Jarvis. Sent to the boards by Noble. Noble back deep with Jarvis. Cross ice pass just out of the reach of Newton. Goes into the boards where Eunice fires it at Menard, and Menard directs it. That was a nice save by Menard, getting down on that, tracking that through traffic. Puck's sitting loose, and racing in was Welch, and Welch almost took that away, and here he does. Welch moves around Noble, moving in on Menard, and Menard. And a goal by the Blue Devils, up and over Menard's pad. Right-hand side of Menard. So that goal comes with 10:28 left in the first period. Blue Devils on top, 1-0. Welch moves in against Rogers. Welch moves it in. Welch, Steer knocks it out. Knocked back down. Steer racing back to get it. Steer changes directions. Off the boards and up to an outlet of Willis. Willis gets it taken away. Welch dumps it down, hits Steer in the shins. Steer right back to Willis, knocked back down into the corner. Racing around, stopped. That's Carson picking it up. Carson, outlet pass intercepted by Newton. Carson knocks it back up to Chenard. Chenard pinned up against the boards by Eunice. Raking for it. Eunice gets it to come free and goes down, tries to center it, knocked away by Willis. Eunice centers, and Steer knocks that one back, and it goes back behind. Steer giving Eunice all kinds of grief there, and it goes up to the point. Iojack fires it back down for Eunice. Eunice lets it go to Merrick. Merrick behind the net. Centering pass to Newton. Loose. Eunice fires again, and Menard makes the save. Menard with two nice saves there. Letting only one goal in so far. Score is 1-0 with 9:22 left in the first period. Kais goes down on the faceoffs, knocks it over into the boards for Chenard. Goes back to Jarvis. Jarvis off the boards and ahead. Held in by the Point. Point fires it back down. Jarvis in there battling for it. Back. Noble going for the puck. Oh, trips up a player. Point centers it. And ends up in Menard's. There you go. Menard drops it finally. It ends up in Menard's jersey on a Hoyt shot from back behind. Comes back. Tap back. Oh, and a shot and a goal by Roberts. Caught Menard off guard. Menard didn't even make a move towards that puck. That'll put the Blue Devils up 2-0. A shot coming from the point area. Merrick sits it back to Iojak. Iojak over to Merrick. Merrick moves it ahead, intercepted by Carson. Carson shoves it back down. That pass was intended for Newton. Now we got a cross-ice pass. Nice outlet pass by Iojak. Stretch pass all the way down to Eunice, clear down near the blue line. Newton and Rowan battling. Merrick centers it for Eunice. Eunice can't quite handle it. Steer sends it to an outlet pass of Corrigan. Corrigan taps it to center. Up to Roan. Roan lets it go by, and Iojak moves it out. Iojak, red line. Iojak moving in, blue line. Iojak looking, and intercepted by Corrigan. Iojak just levels Corrigan. Steer moves up, moves to his right, stops, changes directions, intercepted, going the other direction is Welch. Welch gets hassled by Jarvis. Jarvis pushes him to, and then swipes it away from Welch. Back up the boards for Corrigan. Corrigan at the blue line, moves to the center, leaves it for Rogers. Rogers stops, dumps it ahead, and it goes, oh man. Corrigan just stepped off sides as the puck came in. Trying to get there to make the play on the pass. So that puck will come all the way back down to the defensive side of the neutral zone for the Lions. Rogers moves in against Welch. Chenard and Willis on the wings. Jarvis and Noble back deep. Puck comes over to Willis's side, and the puck goes back, knocked ahead and up to Greninger. And I think that goes around to Hoyt goes in there and knocks it away from Noble, but Noble gets it up the boards to Chenard. Chenard centers the pass. Held in. Nope, not held in by Greninger. It just cleared the blue line, so we'll have a puck drop in the defensive side of the neutral zone, near side for the Lions. Rogers moves in. Willis right wing, Chenard left. Noble and Jarvis. Puck goes by Iojak. Nobody covered the far man on the wing. Oh, puck comes in on the goalie. Goalie goes down. That was a errant deal there by Iojak. Held in by, raked away by Merrick. Merrick moving in on Noble. Noble pokes it away once. Merrick stays with it. Shot in, and that's Newton trying to make a goal. And Noble knocks Newton down, and the puck ends up in the far boards. Noble moves in and gets, checking from behind. Hard. That's Newton. Wow, Newton slams Noble into the boards from behind. We'll see if that ends up being a 10-2. Nope, just a checking. So, Lions on a power play. Steer moves up. Red line moves in. Steer moves up, stays with it, gets knocked down, and Corrigan takes over. Steer backtracks. It's centering pass in front of Corrigan. raked away by the Blue Devils, kicked up ahead by Welch. Welch moving out, blue line, red line, back deep is Carson. Dumped down, line change for the Blue Devils as the Steer hits his outlet and it goes by Corrigan. Now a dump pass, this could be icing, and it is. That'll find the puck going clear back into the offensive zone for the Lions, down 2-0 on a power play. 6:01 left in the first period, 48 seconds left on the power play. Rogers will take that puck drop in the offensive zone, far side. Puck goes back to Noble. Noble lines up, fires into, who is that? Eunice. Eunice got down and blocked that shot from Noble and then got right back up on his feet, raced down to the far end and fighting for the puck in the corner. Ringed around the boards up to the point. Point holds that in, and that's Casey. D. Casey, not sure what the first names are on the boys. 2 Caseys on the Blue Devils team. That's knocked down by Ross, and Merrick picks it up behind the net. Little battle for it behind the net. Moves around, poked away by Rogers, and up to the midway point of the boards. Jarvis in control, sends it over, right back. Nice move by Noble to send it right back to Jarvis. That comes out of the zone back to Iojak. Full strength and Iojak fires into Noble and goes into the far boards. Blue Devils are full strength. It's Chenard intercepting that pass, moving it out. Drags around Iojak, moves in, moves to his right. Hoyt takes him out from behind, and Iojak moves it out to Welch. Backpedaling his Steer. Shot, up and over Menard. And Steer moves it out. Taps it over, soft ice over to Kais. Intercepted by Eunice. Eunice dumps it cross ice over to Greenwich. Greninger. There we go, Greninger. And I don't know why I have a hard time with that name. That goes by Steer, picked up by Merrick. Merrick, centering pass, and what? Oh, you're gonna call Corrigan on a push. Corrigan has right to the box, so it kind of like he knew he had done it. So 4:14 left in the first period. Blue Devils up 2-0, and the Lions down a man on a penalty kill. Corrigan in the box. Puck drops. That's Kais out there. Jarvis and Noble, Roan on the wing. Shot comes in, hits Noble, and goes back to the boards. Eunice in there fighting for it with Jarvis. Puck comes free and moves to center. Raked around Noble, shot, and there it is. So that'll kill the penalty for the Lions as the Blue Devils smack another one in on the right-hand side of Menard. Rogers telling Menard no big deal, same with Willis. And out they come. Here we go. Steer and Carson come out to replace Noble and Jarvis. Puck drops to Rogers and then tripped down as face first is Willis. Chenard sends it over to Willis, and Willis gets it, knocked down again. Rogers, Rogers just over the top of the net. Puck comes free, and now Eunice with it. Eunice tries to get a cross-ice pass, intercepted by Willis. Now it's held in by Steer. Looked like that came out. Should have been maybe an offsides, but then Chenard picks it up. Chenard in the corner. Back to Steer. Steer on offense now. Over to, down goes Rogers, and out comes Iojak. Iojak racing backpedaling Carson. Carson knocks it away. Steer poke checks that away into the corner. Steer chases it down in the corner, and Carson lost his stick momentarily, picks it up. Carson tapping it towards Steer. Steer goes back up the point, and Carson racing ahead. Puck goes behind the net, and this will be Rogers picking it up. Rogers gaining some speed. Rogers moves around Welch, moves around Greninger, loses the puck over to Welch and back into the boards. Welch sends it back to Carson. Carson taps it ahead, held. Carson again taps ahead. Now it's Willis. Willis moves it in. Willis taps it over to Roan. Roan fires low, and the goalie makes a save. Nice save by the goalie. And puck comes free, goes all the way back to Noble. Noble taps it ahead and catches Willis offsides. Intercepted by Roan. Roan picks it up at center ice, blue line, moves in on his backhand, fires it kind of at the goal, wide left by about 10 feet. Puck comes back up the near side. Welch goes around Noble. Noble loses his stick and down, picks it right back up. Welch rings it around the boards for Greninger. Greninger, Jarvis, up to Corrigan. Corrigan loses it. Jarvis picks it up, moves it out. Back at center ice. Tapped ahead by Newton. Moving in is Merrick. Merrick fires and wide left. Corrigan picks it up. Raked away by Newton. Knocked ahead by Noble. Noble fires it down. Is going to get an icing call as Noble fires that from the midway between the blue line and the red line on the defensive side of the neutral zone. Forcing a puck drop down in the defensive zone for the Lions. In moves Rogers. Rogers will take the puck drop against Merrick. Looks like Chenard left wing, Willis right. Carson intercepts that pass, moving out, blue line. Carson's got some room, passes it ahead, intercepted by Merrick. Picked up and moved in by Chenard and catching Rogers offside. We're going to go back to center ice with this. Not exactly sure the reasoning on that, but oh, maybe he was coming down the middle, so maybe that's why they put it back to center ice. I don't know. Caius takes the puck drop against Merrick. Steer taps it up and intercepted by Eunice. Eunice moves in. Steer takes the puck away, loses his stick, ends up behind the net. Oh, man, in front of the net, and just missed by Newton. Newton hits the backside of the net as the puck ends up going around the backside of the net. Steer on the far side, taken away by Shot, comes in, Menard in front. Steer levels the kid. Steer levels Newton, and no call. And that goes back to Iojack. Kind of a pause there. So Steer clearing the net, and probably should have had a penalty on that. No call, looked around, no whistle. And here's a centering pass. Point just misses the net wide left on the centering pass from Welch. That puck comes back up, and there's, that goes to the point. Iojack backhands it, and Rowan intercepts the pass, gets it to come out of the zone, and falls down and loses his stick. Boy, the Lions are losing their sticks left and right. Blue Devils powering through some plays here, knocking sticks out of players' hands, and now we're coming up the near side. Chenard with the puck. Willis holds up, Chenard fires, and the goalie makes a glove save. Nice job by 39. Trying to remember that goalie's name. Drawing a blank right now. So anyway, Kais against Merrick. Merrick sends it down into the corner, and there's the end of the period with the Blue Devils up 3-0 after 1. Well, not the worst period in the world, but boy, we sure didn't get very many shots on goals. Be back here for the second. For those of you at home, we got a 1-minute break in between periods. We'll find some dead air here for a moment. I'm going to take a break with my voice. Looks like Coach Kai's giving some instruction to the boys. Coach Menard over there to his right. Connolly, that's the goalie's name. There you go. Connolly makes a couple of saves, keeps the score 3-0. Okay, welcome back to the McDonald Center for period 2. Goalies switch in. Menard goes to the left. Connolly goes to the right. Players come out for the second period puck drop. Looks like Steer is going to be center. Steer moves in for the puck drop. Willis on the right wing. Chenard on the left. Carson picks it up, taps it over to Willis. Willis moves it in. Steer got a piece of that. That's knocked back in with an offside call on the Lions as Carson knocks it in with a couple players. Carson tried to keep it in, but it came out as he poked it in, catching everybody offside. Steer moves in against Merrick. Steer. Puck goes back. Chenard loses a stick. Merrick moves in. He's got Noble back deep on him. Centering pass. Oh, just out of the reach of Newton. Nice idea by Merrick. Newton with the puck now. Centers it for Eunice. Eunice fires twice. Once into Noble and then wide left of the net. There's a centering pass. Goes cross ice. Newton can't handle it. Ends up in the boards. Held in by one of the Casey boys. Defensive line change. Shot comes in. Menard handles it. Nice save by Menard, redirecting it into the corner. Noble moves around Grinninger. Newton stick lifts, and the puck comes free and goes down to Casey. That'd be C. Casey. Willis intercepts that pass. Goes behind the net. He's got Chenard there. Steer. Oh, Steer whiffs on the one-timer. Had wide open net, and he whiffed. And so back the other way, Jarvis. Steer knocks that back to Carson. Carson up to Roan. Roan taps that in, and it's taken away by Iojak. Iojak circling the backside of the net. Hits his own player's stick. Stick comes out and taken away by Carson. Carson to Roan. Roan gets it knocked away by Iojak. Iojak picks it up in the corner, knocks it ahead up to the point. Jarvis pivots. Carson back deep. Welch moving in. He's got Hoyt on his right and gets it picked. And Jarvis going the other direction, moves it out of the zone. Pass over to Hoyt. Hoyt dumps, and a line change for the Lions. Eunice comes out. Ross and D. Casey come out on the ice, and the puck goes up the far side, taken over by Merrick. Merrick moves center ice, through a couple of defenders, and then trips over his own player. And then is dumped out by Carson, and Carson's going to get an icing call, but a line change. I believe that was why he dumped it. Carson had control of the puck, knew what he was doing. Dumped it down for an intentional icing. Get a full line change out on the ice. Out comes Noble, Jarvis, Steer, Chenard, and Corrigan. Steer moves in for the puck drop across from Merrick. Merrick swipes it back to Ross. Ross sends it down, moves it around the backside to Jarvis. Jarvis, one hand on a stick, and we wonder why we're losing sticks. Puck knocked away by Steer, and that's Eunice. No, check that. D. Casey dumping it back down. Dribbled into traffic by Noble, and now centering pass intercepted by Steer. Steer moving out. Steer, blue line. D. Casey in front of him. D. Casey pivots. Steer moves it in. Stays with it. Moves back to center. Stays with it. Centers the pass and intercepted by Ross. And now Noble tries to poke check that, but Welch going the other direction. Back deep is Carson. 3-on-1 rush. Goes over and, oh, man. Newton. And, man, Newton passed that over to Merrick. Merrick had a wide open net and missed on the one-timer and went back over to the side, and Menard makes a save. Blue Devils had a wide open net on on Merrick's side of the ice. Welch will move in against Kais. Kais goes back to Iojack. Oh, Menard makes a save. Man, if that puck was a few inches further up, it would have gone in. Iojack in there battling against Willis, and puck comes up to Carson. Knocked ahead to Roan. Roan off the boards, moves it out. Goes around one player and races down for the puck. Welch comes in and takes it away. Welch moves around the backside of the net. And that's Willis taking the puck away. Oh, check from behind. And there it is. Cross check. No from behind. That'll put your Lions on a power play. 8:17 left in the second period, down 3-0. That's Kais losing the puck draw over to Merrick. Iojack picks up the puck. Iojack trying to clear it. Jarvis trying to keep it in front, and he does. Moves it ahead. Eunice. Jarvis. Willis. Kais. Iojack. Cross ice. Nice move by Iojack. Clear the puck. No icing. Carson right back up to Roan. Roan dumps it down, and it goes right back out. Roan's got to check up. Roan gets onside. Jarvis moves it in. Jarvis being tracked down by Eunice, and Iojack picks it up low. Now Iojack dumps it ahead, goes by everybody, and this will be an icing on Iojack. That puck will come all the way back down into the offensive zone for the Lions. Looks like Steer's waiting for the puck drop. Let's see if we can win some face-offs here. Lions aren't doing too good on face-offs. Officials move in for the puck drop. Puck goes back into the corner. The Blue Devils win that puck drop, but Steer moves in right away off the boards, and Newton moves it around. Chenard, it goes off the boards and back to Carson. Carson with some room. Fires a shot, bouncing in wide left off of the defenseman Corrigan. Battling for it. Corrigan taps it ahead, and Newton comes away with it. Newton, Steer giving chase. Newton. Steer takes the puck away as Newton tries to jump over him. Steer fires right into the defenseman, and Ross knocked that away with the body, and now it goes up the boards. Carson can't keep that in. Noble backtracks, picks it up. Noble racing ahead. Noble moves in, fires a shot right into Ross. Second time Ross is a target for the Lions here. And that's taken away, and moving out is Merrick. Merrick, cross ice pass to Welch. Welch on the backhand, moves the forehand, and knocked away by Carson up and over into the boards behind the net. Battle for it. Steer battling for it. Puck comes free and over to the near side. There's a stick lift by one of the Caseys and dumped down to Noble. Noble taps it over to Carson. Carson ahead to Chenard, who can't handle the pass, and knocked right back down by Iojack. Oh, Menard leaves it for Casey. It's in front of the net, knocked away, and that's Corrigan knocking it up to the near side. Welch dumps it back down. Noble with the puck. Noble into the corner, taken away by Hoyt, I believe. No, that might be. Yeah, that's Hoyt down there. Grinninger taps the puck, goes back down the board. Noble now with it. Noble gets it out of the zone. Corrigan taps it ahead, taken over by Hoyt. Hoyt circles around to his right. Backpedaling is Noble. Carson back deep. 3-on-3. Centering past to Welch. Welch fires, goes wide right, and back over. Willis picks it up on the near side, up the near boards, and dumps it out to Steer. Steer over to Roan. off the boards, and Roan moves in. Roan. Back to Jarvis. Jarvis. Off the... Kais comes out for steer. Shot on Roan's shot. Hits the pads and bounces back out. That puck clears the zone. And we get an... Ooh. Looks like Willis is being sent to the box. 4:36 left in the second. Blue Devils up 3-0. And the Lions will be down a man. Puck will come out of the zone. Kais moves in for the puck drop. Roan on the right wing. Carson left. Jack moves up, dumps it down into the corner. Carson comes away with it, rings it around the boards for Roan. Roan taps it to center, where Merritt comes away with it. Jarvis and Carson back deep. Goes around left of Jarvis, fires in. It's in front of the net and knocked off. Carson knocks it away. Carson goes with it. Blue line, red line, and then he dumps. Nice job by Carson getting the dump. And line change, Jarvis out there, Noble out there. Here come the Blue Devils. Noble tries to get a stick on it. That's Jack losing the puck momentarily as Noble did. And now we got an offsides call on the Blue Devils. Noble interfered with that play enough to force that puck to come free from Jack. That's a rare occasion. And as he got that to come free, the Blue Devils forced offsides. Puck goes back to center ice. 34 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Lions. Greninger moves it in. Steer. Back to Ross. Goes back down in the corner. That goes around the backside of the net. Racing over is Noble and Welch. Welch taps it back down in the corner to himself. Picks it up. Nice move by Welch. Welch centers. Oh, Greninger can't quite get it. Ross moves in for a shot. Ooh, redirected by Greninger and back into the far boards. Shot hard on Menard. Menard goes down and makes the save. Stays up for the save, goes down and covers. Sorry. And line change for the Lions. Looks like Carson and Roan are coming out. Rogers, Corrigan, and Willis. Puck drops, goes towards the net, and Willis moves it up to Roan. Roan taps it free, goes by everybody. And slightly, we're going to say play it. No icing on that. And the puck, that's Ross picking it up. Ross moving out. Ross and then raked away by Merrick. Merrick moving in, moving to his right. Swiped away by Carson. Four guys sitting in there and Carson comes away with it, sends it up to Roan. Roan back around to nobody in the corner. Looks like picked up by the Blue Devils. And then a battle for it up on the near boards, raked ahead by Kais. Kais racing away with it. Kais blue line. Casey in front of him, fires a shot, goes into the goalie's pad, bounces in, and the Blue Devils come away with it, moving the other direction. That puck comes free. Noble sends it over to just out of the reach of Corrigan, and D. Casey moves it in. Merrick holds up, and a centering pass intercepted by Noble. Noble back up the near side. Noble with some room moves up the near side around Welch. Noble goes deep, drives around. Welch. Centering pass, Steer wipes away. Steer going the other direction. Steer, blue line, goes around the left-hand side, moves around one defender, moves in, centers it. Wiped away by Greninger, back to the boards. Roan comes out on defense. Oh man, 2-on-1, Steer racing back. Centering pass, one-timer, no good by Greninger. Kais, held in by Roberts. Nice outlet pass by Roan. Cross ice pass to Steer. Steer moves it out, blue line, red line, passes it up to Kais. Kais moves in, dumps it down in the corner, and Ross takes over. Chenard back there ringing around for Merrick. Backpedaling Roan. This pass intercepted by Carson. Carson moves up, dumps it down, and Ross takes over. Ross dumps it back out, goes back to Roan. Roan taps it ahead to Rogers. Rogers, 25 seconds, should be, well, could have been an offsides, no call. Merrick moving Carson. Poke checks that away. Nice job by Carson. Centering pass, cross ice. Chenard. That comes out of the zone. Blue Devils have to check up. Poked away by Steer, and then Welch, and that's the end of the period. So no score during that period, 3-0. Blue Devils. We'll see you back here for the third. Okay, that's the end of the break between the second and third periods. Welcome back to the McDonald's Center in Eagle River for third period play between the Arctic Lions and the Blue Devils from Eagle River. Blue Devils coached by Walter Eunice Jr. Walter Eunice III happens to be Dub Eunice, number 21 for the Blue Devils. The Lions are coached by Adam Powell, who's not present today. He happens to be down. Noble. Oh, nice save by Menard right off the bat. 11:48 into the third period. 11:48. 12 seconds into the third period. Blue Devils take a shot on goal, and Menard makes the save. I was just going to say Adam Powell's coaching his older boys down in the lower 48 for a tournament, I believe. Willis with the puck. Taps it ahead to Rogers. Rogers misses the pass, and it's taken over by Welch. Welch, red line, blue line, moving in. Moves around Willis, around Noble, moves back to center. Puck goes right in front of Menard, and Menard gives a little shove into the corner. Willis takes that away and moves out. Willis, blue line. It's got Eunice at the blue line. That comes out and then dumped back in for an offside call. I think that's Corrigan who dumped that back in. Catching two Lions offsides. Steer moves in for the puck. Drop, and that puck comes free, goes up to Newton. And Carson, Steer, and they're battling for it. Newton goes down again on a Steer bump. Chenard moves in. Chenard moves it to center. Puck comes back to Kais. Kais gets it knocked away. Held in by Carson. Carson backhands it ahead, and Ross is going to find it down below the goal line. Steer giving chase, goes up the boards, Past Eunice, back to Jarvis. Jarvis taps it ahead to Chenard. Chenard moving in. Chenard fires, bounces in, glove saved by Connolly. Connolly in position, waiting for that to come in. Gets down and covers. .10:36 left in the third. Lions down 3-zip. That's Rogers on the face off. Lions lose that again. Moving out is, wow, Iojack gaining some speed. Noble back deep. Welch on the right. Centering pass comes in. And Menard covers. Roan pushing. Gets called for a penalty. That'll put the Lions down a player. Not really what they need right now. Willis comes off, Carson comes on, so it'll be Carson, Noble, Rogers, and Corrigan. Rogers will take the puck drop against Welch. Hoyt and I'm not sure. That goes back to Iojack. Whoa, man, Iojack has a shot, a rifle of a shot. Just missed wide left. Rogers moving out. Rogers, red line, blue line. Rogers centers to nobody, and Iojack takes over. Iojack gaining some speed, moving up the center. He's got Welch on his left, and out comes Newton. Iojack leaves it for Newton. Newton fires it in, and Carson takes it away. Carson moving out, sends it cross ice for Corrigan. Corrigan picks it up at the red line. Corrigan has some room, poke check. Held up is Carson. Carson waiting for, oh, man. Come on, Corrigan, get off your horse and get out of the zone. Get on your horse and get out of the zone, however you want to say that. Corrigan lollygagging as Carson fires it down for an offsides. Steer moves in for a puck drop on the offensive side of the neutral zone. It goes back to Jarvis. Jarvis whips on the pass. Steer backhands, moves it in. Steer moves to the right, stays with it. Stays with it some more. Steer is still with it. Sends it back to Jarvis. Jarvis fires it in. Dumps back out and going the other direction off of one skate. And Carson sends it back to the D. Ross over to Newton. Newton at center ice. Newton moves around. It's got Merrick on the right. Merrick. Shot comes in on Menard. Menard gets a glove on it, goes up and over the net. Merrick in control of the puck. Merrick dumps it over to Newton, and Steer takes over. Steer moving out. Steer has Kai's on the left, taken away by Welch, and moving in is shot comes in on Menard, knocks Menard over, but Menard makes the save. Nice hard shot by Welch. Four seconds left on the penalty kill for the Lions. Roan will come out at the 8:50 mark. There's 8:54 left in the third period. Noble at center. Iojack lines up, hits Noble right in the pants. And Carson sends that back to the board. Good job by clearing by Carson. That goes back up to Iojack. Iojack fires. Carson clears. Sends it up to Chenard. Chenard moves it out. Taken away by Iojack. Iojack is a solid defensive player. Iojack moves in, fires. Glove save Menard, who's a solid goalie. Good job by, good save by Menard. Those two played on some all-star teams together. Eunice moving in on the left wing. Merrick moves in against Noble. Chenard and Newton against each other. Roberts fires from the point. Whoa, goes by everybody and hits the boards just wide left. Eunice up against the boards. Taken away by Merrick. Merrick moves around the defenseman. Shifts it over. Newton fires in, and Menard had shifted over and made the save. Moving out, Noble. Noble in control. Blue line being chased by Newton. Red line. Blue line. Dumps it. Now, Iojack in control. Newton dumps it ahead to Merrick. Racing in. Rowan there. Nice pass over to Eunice. And a save by Menard. Eunice and Menard playing on the same team together in the postseason. I believe Noble is going to get called with a trip as he, on the ground, pushes Eunice's skate. Yeah, Dub giving Noble some grief as Eunice and Noble played on the same team in Kelowna, British Columbia last May. Steer and Welch face off. Steer knocks it back to Casey, and that gets knocked over by Carson into the corner. Battle for it in the near boards, and Hoyt comes away with it. Hoyt. Oh, man. Hoyt centered that for Greninger, and Greninger got that puck to pop up into the air and into the net. Nice goal by Greninger. Noble, that kills the penalty for Noble. Back to 5-on-5 hockey with 7:24 left. And the Blue Devils go up 4-0. Steer moves in for the puck drop. Well, Welch across from him. Welch wins the puck drop. Goes back to Casey. Welch picks it up, red line, moves in, blue line. Goes around Rogers. Centering pass, cleared by Noble and picked up by Steer. Steer moving out. Steer stays with it. And the puck comes through. Sorry, Steer was behind the net with it for a moment, changed directions, and Blue Devils stole it away. Hoyt dumps it down after he crosses the red line, where Jarvis is going to pick it up. Jarvis circling around the backside of the net. Jarvis confronted, stolen. That's Newton. Newton moves around one, fires in on Menardo. It trickles wide right as Merrick picks up the puck. That goes back down to Newton. Newton tries to center. Willis confronts. Jarvis knocks it away. Comes up the near boards towards Chenard. Goes all the way up to the point. Iojak. Iojak, D-to-D pass. Missed by Casey and comes out of the zone. Kai's racing ahead, dumps it off the boards and into the offensive zone where that puck finds Chenard. Chenard Newton. Newton's got Eunice. Eunice on his left brings the puck into the zone, whiffs on the centering pass, and Roan sends it right back out of the zone. Blue Devils already checked up. That goes to Merrick on the far side, just out of the reach of Willis. Merrick still with the puck, drops it for Welch. Welch circles, hits it off the backside of the net, and Roan in control misses his outlet pass of Chenard and goes back to the point for Roberts. Roberts sends it back down and rings around the boards. Welch is going to find it below the net. Welch ends up sending it over to Kais. Kais moves back to center, dumps it out of the zone and chases. Ross tries to knock it back down, and that's Willis moving it back to center. Dribbles a little bit, and Chenard backs into the zone before the puck, and we got an offside call, so we'll have a puck drop in the offensive side of the neutral zone, near side for the Lions. Let's go, Noble. Steer on the left wing goes back. Noble wins a puck drop, but Merrick comes away with it. Merrick moving in. Carson gets in front. Carson pucks in. Noble, no. Rogers gets called for a trip. I didn't quite see that, so sorry about that. .453 left in the third. Blue Devils up 4-0. Corrigan rings it up the boards, and Merrick loses it to Noble. Noble racing ahead. Merrick's going to get there first, but Noble he takes it away from Ross. Steer intercepts that pass, moves in, taps it ahead, and Steer in the corner. Looks like Eunice comes away with it. Moving around the backside, confronted by Corrigan. Ringed around the boards over to Newton. Newton with the puck. Centers it for Merrick. Merrick moving in on Carson. Merrick moves around Carson. Moves in on Menard. And fires Bar down. Nice move by Merrick. And shot. Split the defenders. Moved in around Carson. Bar down on Menard. Wow, you can't ask for a better play than that by Brody Merrick. That's a highlight reel shot there. Well, sends it back to Iojack. That's 5-zip for the Blue Devils. And Willis moving the puck out, red line. Willis tripped up. And Kais taken away. That's Welch. Held in by Carson. Good D by Carson holding that blue line. And Kais fires a shot wide left, sending the goalie on his knees across the ice. But Jarvis holds that in. Goes back to Casey. Casey drops it for Iojack. Chenard tries to confront. Hoyt ends up with the puck. Hoyt tries to get it back. And he does. Gets it to Welch. Welch moving out around Jarvis. Carson in deep. That's Kais getting knocked off, but took the puck away from Welch. That's Carson sending it to center ice. Looks like Iojack. Iojack taps it ahead to Eunice. Eunice dumps. And racing in is Newton. And Merrick. Menard came out of the net. I don't know why Menard came out of the net to stop that puck. By the time he got back in, Merrick had control and recognized that Menard was out of position, did a wraparound on the near side, and found Menard out of position. Easy goal for Merrick. That's 2 in a row for Merrick. 6-zip, Blue Devils. Newton. Roan, taken away by Merrick. Here comes Merrick again. Merrick fires in. That's a stick side save. Blocker pad by Menard. Centering pass swiped away by Rogers. Steer with the puck. Sends it towards the goalie. Goes wide left. Steer ends up chasing down Ross. Tries to get his stick in on there and goes into the boards. Roan with the puck. Goes back to Rogers. Rogers tries a D-to-D pass over to Noble. Noble back to Rogers. Rogers up to Corrigan. Nice. Corrigan, if he can get his wheels going, moves in and gets a stick lift by Newton. That's Eunice poking it by Rogers. And now there's a 2-on-1 on Noble. Steer back checking as fast as he can. Nice. Noble reaches out. Fired in by Merrick. And Menard handles that one. Noble kicks out ahead with his foot, sends it back over to Rogers. Rogers, right back to Noble. Noble, Rogers, Corrigan, Steer, taps it ahead, stolen by Hoyt. Hoyt moves in, Hoyt fires. Menard redirects it into the corner. Welch fires that at Menard. Menard makes another save. Now Steer and Chenard sends it up to the point, held in by Iojack. Iojack jumps it down to Greninger. Greninger intercepted by Roan, and Roan moving out. Sends it over to Corrigan. Back to Roan. Roan moves in, fires a shot wide left into the boards from the blue line. Not a high percentage shot by Roan, but it got the puck deep and a line change out of it for the Lions. Welch moves in. Welch moves around. And Willis is going to get called for a penalty here. Tripping. Just really out of control with his body there and running into Welch. And that'll put the Lions down with a running clock in the third. There's 52 seconds, less than a minute left in the game. Lions down 6-zip and down a man. So minute 30 left on the penalty kill. There's the puck drop. .33 seconds left. Kai's over to Chenard. Merrick fires it in, whipped by Eunice. Eunice in position to make a one-timer. Couldn't quite get his stick on the puck. That's sent back to Ross. Ross, 20 seconds. Ross lines up, fires it in. Menard makes the save over Kais. Sends it around the boards. It's on the far side. Merrick picks it up. 10 seconds left. And that's wiped away by Chenard. Ross keeps it in, fires it in, and Carson sends it back. Newton moves in for a centering pass. Merrick can't quite handle it, and moving it out is Kais, and that'll do it for the game with the Blue Devils winning 6-0. Thanks for tuning in from Fairbanks. This is Tom Sears signing off for the Arctic Lions. See you tomorrow morning for a game against the Oilers. Hopefully we'll get a win.